What up, y'all? It is WOW time. Welcome to WWT, the only way I know how to fight. Coming up next.
This is Penelope Pink, and you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
What up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're talking all things WOW. I mean, it's been an incredible weekend, but we're talking all things WOW. So here Christina is hopping in as well.
Hey, Christina, how you doing? I'm doing good. It's been a time.
It has been a time. So let's get into it. We actually been off for a few weeks, so I don't know if you want to recap anything or any of that stuff, but let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So we started off with looks like Americana, Santana Garrett, and Jessie Jones and Amber O'Neil just having a little words, if you will. Letting us know was it in the beginning also that we saw Americana's son?
Yes, Levi.
Or did we just see him at the end?
We saw him at the beginning and the end.
Beginning and the end. I love it. It's giving like the Dominic Mysterio back in the days with like the kid and the part of the I actually would like to see him part of the storyline. That would be kind of cool.
I know, but it's kind of funny because he's so young. That's just kind of like, I wonder if he realizes, I mean,
what's going on?
Yeah, kids are smart, but it's like, then it also takes away a little bit of like, is Santa Claus kind of real type thing. So I wonder if he kind of picks up all the nuances of everything. So, but yeah, let's get into that first match. The first match was the Brat Pack versus Spring Break 24/7 and Chantilly Chella. So how do you think of this match?
I'm still getting into the whole trios thing because it feels like someone is only in there for like 5 seconds, and then they like tag out. So I think that's one thing that while I do like seeing more like talent in the ring, I think one downside for me at least is we don't get to see someone like that long. At least in this match. Like I felt like they tagged in and then like maybe like 5 seconds later they tagged like the next person in. I was like, wait. I blinked. I had to like rewind. I was like, wait, what happened? But I mean, I'm feeling a little J Boogie. How are you feeling with a little J Boogie? You're like,
I mean, I like her. This is kind of the things with WOW. It's like I like her, but it's
is it her gimmick?
It's her gimmick.
It's giving like, and this is hip hop sort of thing. I don't know, like that infomercial.
Yes,
or was that
that's
lady?
What it is.
Yeah, like, and this is hip hop, and I was like, oh, because she doesn't look like a dancer. She looks like someone that is trying to be a dancer. I don't know.
Right.
Coming from me, which I don't dance, so I don't know. I can't really be talking, but
yeah. That's. I mean, no, she is a trained dancer, so that's why she apparently moved to LA, according to David. So that's the thing where it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like,
interesting.
Yeah, but that's I mean, I can't do anything that she's doing. So let's.
I know. I'm like, really, I can't.
But it's I think this is the thing with WOW, right? Because I think the age demographic it skews younger, and that's why you have the bright colors and all the things. And so it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like you're wondering if sometimes it goes a little bit overboard for my adult taste. So it's nothing against.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
because it's not like bad.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
it takes it
Saturday morning.
It's just a different level.
It does.
Like,
and then the thing with Chantilly Chella is as well is that what happened to Tiki, because like they're kind of together, then they're not together, and it's just like
they were together.
Yeah,
but then we're seeing Tiki with like Tonga twins now. So
right. So it's kind of like with that, it's like Yeah, I wonder what the rules are, because if you're a trios champ, can you also go for the tag team titles and the single competitor titles? Like, there's just a lot of
Ooh.
things that I'm not sure. Like, can you Roman Reigns it all? Like, what's
Yeah, I was like, people can. Yeah, I'm like, imagine someone's the trios champ, tag team champ, singles champ, and you're just like a global champ. I don't know what you would call that.
right. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll definitely have to find out. So with that match, the Brat Pack came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
So they advanced in the trios tournament. And I think I did have a slide as far as where we are. Actually, it's not an updated one. It's probably an older one. As far as where we are, I think we have like maybe 2 more weeks of the trios round till we find out who is going to be the first trios championship or champions. Trios. It won't be a trios championship. It'll be trios champions, not trios
champions.
Yeah.
Trios.
Trios champions.
Champs.
Champions. Trios champions.
Champai.
The Brat Pack goes on to win it. So they added Jay Boogie. However, I think one of the announcers was like, did Jay Boogie make the right decision? As far as optics wise, I think group wise she did. It makes sense because BK raps and she dances and it's within the same genre. But yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely find out.
It feels like Gigi Gianni is kind of like the one that doesn't totally fit in the thing. I'm like, where do you come in here?
I've definitely felt that for a long time, but their chemistry, I think it's more the outfits. Their chemistry together is fine.
Yeah, the chemistry is good. The gimmick, I'm just like,
it kind of throws it off because it's like, wait, what's going on? But chemistry-wise, they're Gucci. So that brings us to our second match. Goldie Collins and Adriana Gambino.
I mean, along with I like what Goldie said. People are just not as obedient as Alexander. I mean, like, where is Alexander to teach some people some obedience these days? But there's a lot of roll-ups early in the match, so I think they're both kind of fighting to be who is going to be the top person in the beginning of the match. So I think they're kind of going head to head there. I really enjoy watching Goldie. I really like her interactions with the crowd, and I like the crowd's feedback for her. I wish Alexander will come out, though. Is that just me? I wish he came out more often.
I think that might be a hazard. That's probably why.
Is that like a OSHA workplace situation?
Yeah, I think that might be a hazard.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
Jake the Snake got to bring a snake. Why can't she bring Alexander? He should be part of the match. No,
I think that would still be a hazard because then it kind of goes like, I mean, not comparing Levi to Alexander, but then it kind of goes to, does Alexander actually know what's happening, or does he think somebody's attacking his owner?
I mean, we can trade him.
Yeah, because then
right, true, and then he goes dog on someone, and then now we have liabilities. I mean,
yes. What I did find with Goldie and Adriana though is that they both kind of are heelish at the very beginning. They both were like doing like kind of cheating tactics, holding on the tights and all this other stuff. So it kind of made me feel, it's like, well, who is the heel of it all? And I mean, I think now in today's age, as far as wrestling is concerned, like you don't have to always have a heel versus a face. But in this particular instance, it was just kind of like, so who are we cheering for?
Right.
Like,
I like when people try to out heel each other. I think that's sometimes my favorite of the competitions.
It is
like who's gonna lie, cheat, and steal the most.
Yes,
it's the people I get really excited about.
It seems like both of them definitely did that. However, Adriana ended up with a win. This is her seventh victory in a row. Which I kind of feel like she's been like flying under the radar for a while though.
Yeah, I feel like she's winning, like she's pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't lost yet. So do you think that she's in play for, because I also think that, I want to say Penelope Pink, but it's not Penelope Pink. Oh my gosh, I can't, when her name's going to come to me. But I also think somebody else is is also
like
hasn't
keeps
been
winning,
defeated.
but
yeah,
wait, I think we talked
defeated
about
as
that
well.
last time, even though it was like
Candy Crush
5 months ago. Yes, Candy Crush.
Yeah, I think Candy Crush hasn't been undefeated as well. So it's just kind of like, well, how does that all play into
like, yeah, like,
Abilene Maverick? Yeah. So how and then we haven't seen Abilene in a minute either.
Right.
So there's a lot going on, but Adriana
like
ends
that.
up Adriana ends up taking the W. So what do you think? I guess that's the question. Do you think that she is going to be the champion, or do you think like what's going to happen?
I mean, I would like to see her as a shot for the champion. I don't know why. I'm always impressed by her moves, by her flexibility. I feel, I don't know, they're just like something missing for me that I can't put my finger on. That I wouldn't be mad if she was champ. I think she would be really good to go for the champ, but I don't know why there's just something like I just keep like forgetting, like to put her.
I don't know what it is,
and I don't know what it is, but I like her. She calls Goldie a female dog, and I was like, wow, that was some words at the end. But
that was because now we go like we take like J Boogie, which is like kind of kid friendly, and then I mean she didn't say the female,
she didn't say it,
but she said it, and I think most of the crowd like got it, and I was like, wait, is that okay?
That's for us. That was for us.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, that was kind of spicy.
That's for the older crowd.
Yeah, it was like, oh, that was. I'm surprised they kind of allowed that, because I'm pretty sure they kind of clear, what they say at the end. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this is all. And this is kind of the good thing about it only being the good and bad thing about WoW only being an hour long, because it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, it's an hour long, and then they can only have so many matches, like 4 to 5 matches, most of the time 4 matches, and so then it prolongs the story, and now it takes months for us to actually see what's at the end, which I personally don't like. However, because it's not just one story, it's like kind of mini stories in itself. Like I don't mind it as much, and there's so many different characters. So yeah, we can rock with that, I suppose.
Helps my attention span for the hour long.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's like 4 hours, my eyes kind of cross. I'm like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm like, I'm getting a little tired. I forget things.
Yeah. There's a lot going, and especially when you have to actually like, you're not only watching it for enjoyment, but you're watching it to talk about it. It's
to
like,
report,
okay.
And you're just like, geez, now I have to because I like to rewatch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have to take a day off of work.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. When you do RAW, it's like you're like 6 hours in. I was like, wait, what's happening here? So like we said, Adriana came out with the win. Yes. So that goes to our next match, Chainsaw versus Fury.
You know how I feel about Chainsaw?
Oh my gosh. It was so funny. I did think about you, because I was like, this woman's still scary to me.
And with Angelica Dante giving Brood, I would like a Brood situation.
Yeah. But I wonder too, well, I mean, I guess she is like a manager. I was like wondering, I've never seen Angelica in the ring.
Like fighting, no.
Yeah. So I guess she's kind of like the Paul Heyman for Chainsaw.
She's like the shenanigan starter.
Yes. Yeah, because she definitely, and we can go a little, I think I had that in the next clip. She was the one who held on to to Fury's hair. But Chainsaw doesn't really need any help. So that's kind of one of those things. He's more like of a mouthpiece, but not necessarily any help.
Yeah, she doesn't need any muscle help. I mean, she probably doesn't need mouth help, but she's more of like a mysterious character. So like someone has to be like the talking person. Right. But definitely does not need muscle help. It's like, I would kind of like to see Chainsaw versus the Beast one day. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I would.
Am I alone in this? Am I alone in this? Maybe it's just the 2 people I'm scared of the most. But I would really like to see them.
Yeah, and we haven't. Well, I mean, I feel like, did we see the Beast last week? It's hard to keep up too.
I don't think.
I think we did see her within the last 3 weeks. Yeah, I would like to see that. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where the roster is kind of stacked, and because Chainsaw is a singles competitor, she's kind of like almost like mid-card-esque. So we're not. I mean, I don't foresee her being in the title picture.
Like push that. Probably not this year.
Soon. Yeah.
Not this year. I'm thinking like
not this year. Yeah, not this year. Because I'm thinking of so many other like Holodat. Like I'm thinking of so many different people, and maybe that's why they had the trios tournament to include more WoW superheroes. But it's I don't see her. I think the role is just to be scary, but to keep her and Beast separated, because if Beast beats her, then that kind of takes away her scare a little bit too.
True. It takes away like the mystique a little bit.
Right. So it's just kind of like, we have to kind of keep them separate in two different universes, I guess. So Chainsaw thinks she can legitimately, hold her own until she meets the Beast, or vice versa. So, I mean, I think it's very clear, and it's unfortunate who the winner of this was.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I was rooting for Fury.
I like Fury, though. I like Fury.
Yeah, I feel like she's part of, or formerly part of, the Heavy Metal Sisters. She's now by herself. She's on the road by herself. She's a singles competitor. She's learning how to do it on her own. And it's tough to like be on your own, and now you're battling this monster of a woman, and then she has her manager and all this stuff. So it's just kind of like one of those things. Like she tried.
I think she used like what's the thing when people put something on a cloth and like go like that? She damn near did that. Like to figure out. It
wasn't. I think we all kind of knew that Chainsaw was going to come up with the W. She had the chokehold slam, and then pretty much got the W on the Chainsaw Splash, excuse me, and pretty much got the W on Fury, which I think we all expected, unfortunately. But I feel like has Fury won? This is what WoW needs to do, or this is what we need to do. Keep track of how many wins everybody has, because I feel like Fury may have won. Yeah, I think Fury may have won, but I think there's also a high possibility that she's lost all her matches, because I think maybe since we've started, she's probably either won or lost 3. I feel like we've seen her at least 3 times.
I'll look back on my notes. Yeah, I don't feel like, she hasn't won a whole lot of but Chainsaw won, so there's still a bright side to the
for you, there's a bright side. I want no
to me,
and like how you don't want you don't want no
Chainsaw. If you can hear my voice, Chainsaw, if you can hear my voice, Chainsaw and Beast, no beef with the Beast or Chainsaw. We can continue.
It is. I agree. And they actually did a little mini break. So the WoW Trios champions, or the people who are vying for the championship, is Team Spirit, Team Exile, and the Brat Pack so far. So those are the 3 that are in the running to be the first Trios champions. And then that leads us to our main event, which is Americana and Jessie Jones. I actually didn't think it was going to finish like this. It was a very interesting matchup. But what did you think of it?
I thought it was going to end differently also. Again, they panned to Americana's son, like I said, giving Dominic Mysterio vibe. How old was Dominic? I feel like they weren't like the same. He was a little older. He was maybe like 2 years older, maybe.
Her son looks like it's like 6 or 7.
She looks like 6, and then Dom looked like 8.
Yeah, he looked a little
couldn't have been more than 8. He looked sidetrack. I was reading an article that said that Dominic was so like believable. Like when he went back to school, his teachers would ask him if everything's okay at home. And that Ray would have had to go to the school and explain like, this isn't real. Like, we're okay. And I was like, because I legit thought it was real, but I was young, but like, he was really good. That's why Levi was giving me Dominic vibes, because he was like into it. He was on the right cue. I don't know if they practiced beforehand, but he was like following up.
And if he is, just like how Pat McAfee deserves an Oscar, then so does Levi.
Yes.
Because if he knows everything that's going on and he knows the outcome and all the things, then he also deserves an Oscar.
Yeah, I feel like they probably had to talk before, be like, "Mommy's okay." Like just do this, because he was into it. He's a cute little kid. I liked it. I was here for it. But it, like we said, it ended a little differently than what we thought. Jessie, I forgot the move that it's called, but Americana did a little taparoo, a little tapsy outy. What's that move called?
Well, I have here. So initially, with the start of it, so Jessie Jones attacks Americana. Obviously, so for you guys who haven't watched the show, Santana Garrett is in the back. So is Amber O'Neal. So they're in the back. They just want to go one-on-one. Jessie Jones hits Americana with a sledgehammer, and then Jessie takes a left arm to takes Americana's left arm over the third rope and kind of like hangs it over there, kind of twists it. And she really was working on that arm and that shoulder the whole time.
You can tell it was kind of aching her as the match went on.
And I don't know if she's there was like a previous injury and that's why she was targeting it, but like she was really targeting the left side, and all the while laughing in Levi's face and everybody else's face. So she keeps twisting the arm and
taunting the poor boy,
taunting him. And here's the thing: if you guys haven't figured it out, of course Jessie Jones wins. But the thing is, when she kept twisting, because it was almost kind of Ronda Rousey-esque. Like, you know, the arm bar type thing. The ref didn't have enough strength to pull her off. Like,
I know.
I was just like,
who are we getting for the ref? I mean, I guess they don't have to be the strongest people, I guess, but
right. I mean, it was just questionable. I mean, I know women are strong, and
but put your back into it, ref.
Yeah, I know, but it's just kind of like, what's going on here? So yeah, that was the off part, because I'm just kind of like, if you're not strong enough to pull these women apart, then
she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't let go.
She wouldn't let go, and then I was wondering if she was gonna like try to break her arm, and that was gonna be Americana's like, you know, version of vacation mode. Like, okay, I'm taking some time off, but that didn't happen. And then we were wondering, as everybody does, like, where's your BFF? And
I was like, where's Santana?
Yeah, so they pan to Santana Garrett, and Amber O'Neal jumps her and proceeds to beat her up as well. And it's kind of like very dirty tactics. I kind of almost was like, one, how did the camera go there? So that's one thing. And then two, I wish they would have had like almost like Amber waiting outside of Santana's locker room for her to run out. Like, that's the scene I would have seen, because like, how did she know she was gonna be right there? That was the part.
True. Like, if it was like, if we saw her get up, like see it, get up, run, and then like an interception sort of thing.
Yes, that type of thing. Yeah. So where does that leave Americana though? I'm concerned, like you said, I don't know if it might be. I mean, maybe it's starting to be like a vacation thing. Maybe it's gonna be the start of it. Right. But then where does that leave them for tag teams? Because I also feel too like maybe Jessie Jones and Amber O'Neal are vying for the tag team championships. We know Jessie Jones wants the singles title, but for Americana and Santana Garrett, it just seems like they just enjoy wrestling. Like, it just seems like they're okay with just like taking on matches. Like, they're not really vying for that title picture. And it doesn't always have to be about the title picture, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I assume you get in this to win. If we take the politics out of it, and of course the wrestling being a storyline and stuff like that, like, in the grand scheme of things, like
why reality, else did you you go to win, unless they just really like
being an example for Levi,
the sport, being an example for the youth. TK, some people
maybe that's what it is.
The lesser competitive of us. Maybe just like for the sport. I don't know.
I guess that's what it is. So yeah, with that being said, hey JD, what's up? Are you not working today, JD? You're here yesterday and today. Appreciate it.
Ooh, we have a twofer.
A twofer. So yeah, that takes us to essentially the end of the episode. So I guess I don't remember them saying what's going to be happening next week. I think it might be something with the Tonga twins, I'm assuming. But what do you think, or what are you hoping to see next week in next week's episode?
Hoping to see more Tonga twins. I feel like I'm hoping to see the Beast. I know I was looking at my old notes. I think the last time we did the show, the Beast beat Tormenta. So I'm hoping to kind of see where else the Beast goes there. Tonga Twins. Las Banditas? I really like Las Banditas. I want to see more.
Oh yeah, because last week
it was the Fatal 4-Way.
The Fatal 4-Way.
The last time that we shot, it was the
Fatal 4-Way
so
last
with
time
the
we
Tonga
shot
Twins.
Right, and then last week was the Fatal 4-Way again, minus the Tonga Twins. It was going to be the challengers for the Tonga Twins, and Miami Street Heat won, but they cheated. And then I kind of find it.
That's right.
It's kind of like interesting because David. Oh no, I'm sorry, JD. I hope that unemployment's treating you good though. But that's more time to watch us. I mean, that's not a good consolation, but I'm just saying. At least you have a friend in women's wrestling talk. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Thank
it's
goodness
not a great,
you have us.
Yeah, it's not a great consolation whatsoever because we're not sending you any checks. But we're entertaining, I suppose. But going to the Fatal. Hey, Mr. Landlord, I don't have rent, but TK says hello. I mean, in some places, my name carries a little bit of weight.
I know. In some circles. Throw TK's name around.
Not with the landlord. But so the Fatal 4-Way happened last week. Miami Street Heat. They cheated. Then David stepped in this week to say that they're no longer in contention. So it's just kind of one of those things that, like, when does David decide to step in? And that kind of goes across all wrestling. When we see the dirty deeds of folks and we see it on TV, and then the announcers call the dirty deeds, but the ref doesn't see it. It's just like,
does it only count when the ref sees it? I guess.
Well, it's still, I guess so, but
right,
then, like if you take it to other sports, right? Like, one ref might see it or somebody else might see it, and then they stop and they do the replay, right? So then, and there's other refs.
Sometimes they do that in wrestling, but sometimes they don't. And I've wondered, like, when do we stop and replay?
And that's the thing with David. When does he decide to step in? When did, because it's not like Miami Sweet Heat hasn't cheated before. So, like, why this time?
Like, we haven't seen some liars and cheaters around here before.
Right. So, like, why
David, I have some questions, David.
Yeah,
if
like,
you have some time, please meet us here again.
Yes, I think so. He's not a fan of Lana Star and the crew, and that's kind of where it starts from. JD, let us know at WWT Live at 3 p.m. how everything goes with the landlord. But yeah, join us here, and we glad that we're not glad that you're unemployed, that's for sure. But we're glad that you're here. And
we like employment.
WWT
is for employment.
We definitely like employment, for sure. But with that being said, that wraps up our WOW post show. The only way I know how to fight. We have some WOW interviews that are going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks and all through Black History Month. We have a lot of good things happening for Black History Month as well. But with that being said, and then also too, if you guys are watching us, we do cover other shows. We also have a really great post show that we did for the Royal Rumble. That was a little bit longer than we usually do. So you can check that out as well.
Bring a snack. Bring a snack.
And we also talk a little bit of football, apparently. So all that.
You'll see me highly distracted by our football watchers because I was like, I'm trying to commentate. I don't know if that's a word. Also distracted by our fellow brethren watching football. Yes. So there was a lot of stuff going on. So come watch me distracted and being very confused about what's going on.
And we talk about beavers and etc. But with that being
said,
beavers. Christina, how can everybody find you?
If you just cannot get enough of me, you can find me on IG at CHRzate. You can find me on X/bird/Twitter at CH_Arzate. I'm still perched behind whoever has CHRzate on Twitter, but once they let that handle go, it's all mine, I swear. Live again from the People's Dining Room.
There it is. And you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Make sure you check us out for all your WOW post-show and interviews and some special things coming up with WOW on WW Talk Pod on all social media platforms, www.talkpod.com. On our website. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Till next time, guys. Bye. Ciao.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1